but she wants to try to get you to start looking at me. You're like, hey, Kylan's around. He's a shield for me. He could also kind of be a shield for you. If X is gone, he's not really a shield for anybody because he's probably the biggest threat. You get what I'm saying?
We definitely laughed. I love the way that we were able to talk game because we could just be honest with each other. She was like, you keep X around, X just gonna win competitions and he gonna get to the end. I said, so can you. And she was just like, yeah.
Yeah, her.
And then we started laughing. I was like, all the arguments she was giving about X were the same arguments
they all apply to her.
Would apply to her as well too. I'm like, girl, you guys both are competitors. You guys both can win comps. You guys are both whatever. Now your right hand person is Hannah, and me and Hannah are cool, but we're not tight. Your right person happens to be my best friend. So I didn't say that to her, but in my logic, I was just like,
I think to think. And this is nothing against Tiffany on a personal level, but in this game, Tiffany had Tiffany's back and Tiffany's back only. She showed that with her second HOH.
We knew that.
Like, she literally said point blank, I wanted it.
Yes.
I wanted this for me.
Yes.
When it came to get to the final two, she didn't really care who she sat next to. She just wanted to make it fair.
Yes.
I don't think she didn't have Kylan's back. She clearly didn't have Shonda's back.
Well, she didn't need it, but she didn't. Okay, y'all might not agree with this. With the friends that Tiffany had in jury, despite almost even, that's the only girl that could probably pull off at the fountain still winning despite week 9. Like, she sitting next to almost anybody would probably won. Which is also the other reason why I love her to death, but I kind of didn't mind voting her out because I was like, girl, ain't nobody else.
But here's the thing, that's at 6. You know how many competitions you have to win to get between 6 to 2?
Yeah.
She was going to need other people. She had a humbling experience with BB Comics when she was like, fuck it, I'm on the block, I'll win, and then she times out.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, she thought she could do it on her own. She didn't. She really needed other people, but then she had spread herself too thin, and everyone started comparing notes, and then it bit her in the ass.
It wasn't, I don't think, I definitely agree with you with the comparing note thing, but I think it was...
As soon as anyone compared notes that were people that she didn't expect to talk, it kind of blew her shit up. Kylan was never coming for me. He was always going after Tiffany because Kylan and I had conversations regarding what Tiffany was telling him and what Tiffany was telling me, and we were like, Tiffany's trying to get both of us to do this. That time will come, no doubt. But if we do that at 6, we're doing Tiffany's dirty work, and then Tiffany still has Hannah and a little bit of Azah. So why would we take...
Y'all had me. She had me too, which I made clear with you guys. I'll let
that's
y'all
what
know.
I'm saying.
I said, y'all had me, but I like her.
If Kylan takes me out, or I take Kylan out, then it's whichever one of us is left, and Big D are the only guys, and the 3 of you girls can pretty much run us out.
Kylan takes...
If let's say Kylan's HOH, he takes me out.
Yeah, but that's why I said that I thought Kylan's best guess was Hannah, because Hannah was definitely gunning for Kai, was going to go after him. Tiffany wanted to keep Kai around. I still think for a game decision of Kai, his best decision was that, but he got outgamed by you guys. He got outgamed by you by telling him, like, no, you need to go after this person instead. But I do think from a game objective decision, I'm going to weaken this person by taking her right-hand girl out.
I think what I'm saying.
Why would you weaken a person at this stage of the game, though? Why would you not just get that? That would be like me wanting to take... Hey, let me take Kylan out by taking out Big D. Kylan's still here.
Right.
Yes.
No, this is not the stage of the game to weaken.
When you, instead of how I saw it was, yeah, you can go ahead and take this person. And then guess who was target number 1? You, the next week. Which, honestly, to an extent, was Kylan, and he won a veto. Because had Hannah, I was willing to go back on my word and put that mother trucker up on the block and have him go home. But you take out Hannah, you leave 2 big targets still in the game who can go after each other, and you can still make it. Now, he ended up still making it because he won his veto and all that stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
But before knowing you can win a veto or anything like that, that's the mindset that I would have had of, all right, I'm going to weaken this person, I'm going to take out, and then I'm going to sit back at 5 and let them duke it out and hope for the best. And then at 4, hopefully I can have established enough relationships, then I can get to 3.
But at this stage of the game, to weaken a person, you run the risk of that competitor that you remain in the house winning. Because
you run the risk of them winning, but they don't have, at 6, what other thing that's important besides winning is votes. Like, you having a block of votes. So that person is weakened. It don't matter if she comes after you. If you have votes, if he had votes from this person and this person, he can stay. She puts me, she don't have anybody else to go up against. So you put him up next to me, you know, I mean, yes, we had that final 3, but Kylan didn't know that. And Kylan could sit there and be like, all right, I got these guys. I'm good if Tiffany comes after me.
But if he only has one person to vote, he could still go home because there's 2 other people voting at 6.
If he only has one person to vote, I know, but at the time he probably felt, you're telling me you had a relationship with him and you had relationships with him. In this way, he can take out a girl. It's not the main girl, but it is a girl that brings a vote down. I have 2 votes from you and you, from what he thought, from his game relations. He felt that he had a vote here and a vote here.
So who would he put next to Hannah?
Who would he have put next to Hannah?
Because if Tiffany was sitting next to Hannah, we were always voting on Tiffany. So who would he put next to Hannah?
He probably, well, wasn't very certain, but he probably would have put me.
Okay. And then we would have to vote out Hannah. But then the following week, if he didn't go after Tiffany, we'd be going after him. And then he has everyone going after him, with the exception of Tiffany.
So you don't think that he would, you don't think that you would go after him? You wouldn't go after Tiffany the next week?
No. I would go after Kylan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I would go after Kylan. 100%. Because Kylan is more, to me, Kylan was more of a competitive threat than Tiffany. I think Tiffany's beat him and flying him in Beanos, but Kylan's proven himself in more competition. I would go after Kylan. And then I would go after Tiffany.
So that changes largely what I thought, because I thought you would go after Tiffany. That's what I
told you I was 50-50 on Tiffany and
If I
Kylan.
were Kylan, I thought you would go after Tiffany before going after Kylan.
No.
And still have her day, and you know you good.
If I'm going after Kylan first, then probably Tiffany second.
Okay. Well, I'm wrong.
No, because Tiffany, as much as I know Tiffany, because with Kylan gone, that whole I need Kylan here because he's a shield, that just became me. Because people are going to be threatened by me.
I need Kylan here because I'm a shield. Okay.
Because you said Kylan would be like that threat that people look at. Tiffany was going to work her ass off to convince everyone else in the house that I'm a threat. So I just became her new Kylan.
But okay, so that would be difficult with Boom Boom.
But she doesn't know about
Hannah's
Boom
gone.
Boom.
The only person is Kylan and Tiffany.
But she doesn't. Tiffany wouldn't know about Boom Boom.
Mm-hmm.
How would Tiffany know about that? She doesn't. Mm-hmm. So she would think that she could probably flip everybody else, and then I become her new Kylan.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I go after Kylan, boom, and then the following time take out Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tiffany's going to have incentive to keep me around because of the same reason that she had incentive to keep Kylan around.
I think that what I was trying to say was there was.
You want more wine?
A little bit. I'm trying to say mine.
Okay.
I think that there was already things in play way before even Tiffany won HOH. That's what I'm trying to get at. But,
Y'all were already coming for Tiffany before Tiffany won her first HOH?
Tiffany didn't really get me into. I know he wanted Tiffany out.
But
I
what
know
I
he
mean,
did,
but
yeah.
what
I didn't really have incentive to even go after Tiffany until flying Bibinos.
But what I'm getting,
And even then, I told Tiffany, I was like, I'm not coming at you if you do what needs to get done. She did what needs to get done. For me, I consider it water on the bridge, but I know she always felt uncomfortable with me after that. But that's the reason why Tiffany was pointing a finger at me, is because she knew once she won that HOH that she had crossed me. So I then had incentive to come after her.
Right.
It wasn't like she wanted to come after me because I was this big threat. No, she knew she gave me reason to come after her. Mm-hmm. She then tried to change it to like the narrative that Claire had, which was like, oh, he is this big threat. No, Tiffany, you're scared because now you know you pissed me off, and I have reason to come after you.
But before Flying BBnos though, she was saying things. She wasn't saying like outright things. It wasn't as outright after Flying BBnos.
Speculation versus an outright are way different. She went from speculation like X could be a threat to like, no, X is someone we need to look at as 6.
correct.
Because she knew that I had reason now to come after her.
Before she even, while she during her HOH putting an SB on the block, and somewhat before it was X is sitting real she didn't like how comfortable she felt.
Because she was in the same position.
X sitting real comfortable right now. He don't gotta worry about anything. He probably wants to write a list until the 6th, blah, 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 this and that. Even though she had SB in her sights to be her target on her HOH, she definitely was very much considering just fucking it all and putting Alyssa up. Like, she still had you, like, you were on her radar.
Oh,
And
I know that.
it's
That's why
different
she wanted me when, after her HOH, she used that bullshit ass argument that everyone should sit next to their person. Like, defending Tiffany is just not going to work with me after that week, because that was just bullshit. Mm-hmm. Everyone needs to sit next to the person. Claire's seen the block 3 times, not once has Tiffany sat next to her.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I was like, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
She's gaming everybody. The difference is some of us see it, the others don't. Tiffany
Yeah.
was only in it for her.
No, I see that. And I just like her.
I know you do.
No, I just like her.
I know.
Like, it didn't matter if she was gaming. I knew when she was. I knew times she was gaming and all that stuff.
Well.
I just had an affinity for her. I just liked her, and I told you guys that. I know she's this and that. I know. At the end of the day, she might be a threat to you guys. I like her. I just like her. I like her.
I just liked her. Oh, jeez.
I'm going through it, X.
What's going on?
I'm just so stressed. That's all.
What's got you paranoid? What's on your mental?
I'm just upset because I feel like I had one opportunity to do something. I didn't do it, and now I have to rely on you to win. Because I told her straight up, I was like, her winning and me sitting next to her, she automatically wins. Where at least if I sit next to X, I feel like I have a chance, which I feel like is fair. So,
What do you mean?
like me sitting next to her in the final two,
Mm-hmm.
she wins. Me sitting next to you, there's a chance I could put a good argument, probably lose, but at least I feel confident that I can get maybe some of the keys.
I think you're seeing this way different than her or I are seeing this. For you, you don't. I think the part that you're missing is that for you, in both scenarios, you still make it to the final two chairs.
I guess,
But-
but X, I don't see that. I see that with you because I trust you and because me and you have our bond.
What I'm saying is that if let's say she wins part 3,
Yeah.
she's taking you. You just told her that she can beat you. Why would she take someone that's a risk as opposed to someone that you have adamantly made clear that she has a surefire chance to win against? She's not going to take me.
X, I guess maybe it's my paranoia. I just don't know, and I'm just defeated because I really want you to win. Like the fact that we came this far together, it would be devastating to me. It would be like, fuck. Like, I will feel bad because I know that you deserve to be in those two chairs, and just as much as I do, and I'm just scared.
I'm telling you, if she wins part 3, I think in all scenarios, you still end up in
But
the
I'm
final
not
two
worried
chairs.
about me. I'm worried about you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's stressing me out. That's what makes me so angry and so frustrated. Because when I walked out there, sorry to say this, sorry guys. When I walked out there and they were like, oh yeah, just run on the thing. It's literally physically impossible. I cannot stand on this thing and fucking run. If I stand on this thing, as soon as I do one little loop, I'm fucking hitting the ground. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
So it was just frustrating because I was already defeated going through the practice round. So I'm like, I had to get on my hands and knees. And then I'm fucking my knees up. Just melted skin, just fucking up. And I'm just crying and keep trying to go and go and go and push myself. And I'm frustrated because I'm just like, this is...